Welcome along to the Rugby Obsession Deep Dive.
Great to be here.
If you love really getting into the thick of rugby chat, well, make sure you hit subscribe to Rugby Obsession. You'll get more of this sort of in-depth stuff.
Definitely worth it.
So today, we're looking at a piece from Planet Rugby. It's got people talking.
Ah, yes, the Wallabies piece.
Exactly. All about their prep for the British and Irish Lions series. That's July 2025, so it's, getting closer.
A huge event on the calendar.
Yeah.
And the core issue is leadership, right? The captaincy.
That's the one. The article makes it clear that the coach, Joe Schmidt, well, he hasn't picked his captain yet. This is as of late April 25.
Yeah, still undecided, which is interesting because, they had a few different guys step up during Schmidt's first year back in 2024.
Right. Okay, let's get into those names. The article mentions 4 players specifically.
It does.
First up, Harry Wilson. He actually finished 2024 as captain, which maybe wasn't expected.
Yeah, he wasn't the initial pick, but the article says he, quote, did a really great job last year in the back end of the season.
That's quite telling, isn't it? To finish strong like that, what does that suggest to you?
Well, it points to real growth, I think. Stepping up later in the season and making an impact. It shows he earned that respect. Performance leadership.
Could definitely put him in the frame now, you'd think.
It has to be a factor in Schmidt's mind, surely.
Okay, then we have the veteran props, Allan Alaalatoa.
Yep.
They specifically mention his gravitas. That word really stands out.
It does suggest real presence, doesn't it? Especially in that forward pack. You need that.
And James Slipper also had to go, captain for 1 match. Incredible experience there, too.
Absolutely. Between those two, you've got that solid, experienced foundation. Alaalatoa's gravitas, maybe leading by example.
Yeah.
And Slipper just knows the international scene inside out. That's invaluable for a Lions series.
Okay, the 4th name mentioned is Liam Wright. Now, he was actually announced as the new captain at one point.
That's right, he was. But then, injuries.
Yeah, the article flags that, a shoulder problem specifically.
Mm-hmm.
And it says he's barely played for the Reds in 2025, only like 2 games.
That's tough.
How much does that sort of injury cloud hang over a captaincy contender for such a massive series?
Oh, it's huge. Look, you need your captain on the park consistently, leading the charge week in, week out.
On and off the pitch, yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
So with Wright having so little game time, it just makes it really difficult for Schmidt, doesn't it? Regardless of the initial plan.
Yeah, you can see the problem.
Yeah.
But on the upside, the article does say Schmidt is happy with how all those guys performed when they had the armband.
That's a positive takeaway. It means he's seeing leadership qualities across the group, not just in one person.
Which is healthy, right?
Very healthy. And it might even give Schmidt options, maybe tailor the captaincy choice depending on the specific test match or, the destination.
That's an interesting thought. Hey, if you're finding this chat about the Wallabies captaincy interesting, just a reminder to subscribe to Rugby Obsession for more deep analysis like this.
Good point. Don't miss out.
So here's something else interesting Schmidt said, according to the article. His main focus right now isn't actually the captain. It's getting the squad selection right for the Lions.
Right. Priorities.
Once the squad is settled, then he'll figure out who the best leader is from that group.
Makes sense. Build the house before you choose who locks the front door.
Huh. Yeah, a good way to put it.
The team comes first. Get the right mix of players, see how they gel, then look at who naturally rises or fits the leadership bill for that specific group and challenge.
And it seems like it might be quite a collaborative decision, too. Schmidt hinted that the senior players, the leadership group itself, might even give their input.
Oh, really?
Yeah, offer their views on who's best suited for maybe a particular game. What do you make of that, involving the players like that?
I think it shows a lot of trust. It suggests a mature team culture where players' opinions are valued.
Builds buy-in too, maybe.
Absolutely. If the players have a say, or at least feel heard, they're likely to get behind whoever is chosen much more strongly. It fosters that collective responsibility.
Okay, shifting gears slightly, but still related to the coaching setup. The article also covers the future Les Kiss taking over from Schmidt in 2026.
Yep, that succession plan.
But there's an update. Schmidt's actually agreed to stay on a bit longer, until mid-2026.
Oh, okay. Why is that?
To ensure a smoother handover. Kiss needs to finish up his commitments with the Queensland Reds, so this avoids disruption.
Ah, that makes sense. Continuity.
Exactly. Rugby Australia's CEO, Phil Wall, called it the best possible outcome. He stressed the importance of that smooth transition and minimizing disruption for the Super Rugby clubs, too.
That seems like really sensible planning. A gradual handover is almost always better, especially at that level. Let's Kiss really learn the ropes from Schmidt.
And Waugh also mentioned team culture, saying both Schmidt and Kiss are good at building strong team environments. That seems key during a changeover.
Hugely important. Maintaining that positive culture through a coaching transition can make all the difference on the field.
So, looking at the whole picture, the captaincy decision, the coaching handover, what's your main takeaway? How are the Wallabies approaching this Lions series buildup?
It looks considered, thoughtful. Schmidt isn't rushing the captaincy call. He's looking at the bigger picture, the squad first.
Yeah.
And the way they're managing the coaching transition, extending Schmidt's time for that smooth handover, it all points towards a pretty well-managed setup trying to get the big decisions right. Collaboration seems key, too.
It does. So the big question, who leads the Wallabies against the Lions, it's still up in the air.
Very much so.
But it's clear Coach Schmidt is weighing it up carefully, looking at leadership across the board. Which leads us to ask you listening.
Yeah, what are your thoughts?
Who do you reckon should get the job? Who's the best fit to captain the Wallabies in that massive series? Let us know. Drop your opinions in the comments section.
Yeah, we genuinely love to hear different perspectives. It's a fascinating debate.
Absolutely. And before we go, one last reminder to subscribe to Rugby Obsession if you haven't already for more deep dives like this one.
Definitely do.
Thank you so much for tuning into this Rugby Obsession deep dive.
Thanks, everyone.
We really look forward to you joining us for our next episode.